My husband shaved our daughter's head to get back at me for taking away his vacation. Now, I am considering cutting him off. We have a certain tradition in my family. During the summer, all children in age 10 have their hair dyed, currently with a special dye that wears off after a few days. We dress in colorful clothes, decorate my grandparents' house, and celebrate for 3 days and 3 nights. There's cake, presents, various contests, and so on. It is a family tradition, not a matter of culture or country, and it comes from the time when one of my great-great-grandmother lost many children before they turned 10. Well, my daughter turns 10 this year. She is one of 3 children in this age. The celebration was scheduled for August 1st. Everything was going well. She was very happy. And then I went on a business trip. When I came back, my daughter had a shaved head. Honestly, I was shocked because during this time I did not receive any information or even a photo. I asked my husband what happened. He said that he and our daughter were watching some cartoon together, and one of the characters had shaved her hair, so our daughter decided she wanted to shave hers too. And he agreed. That caused a lot of drama. We had a bit of an argument, and honestly, at the time, I was more concerned that he'd allowed her shave her head on such a small impulse. But the next day, my mother came in, and a conversation about tradition began. You know, how to dye hair that doesn't exist. My mother suggested a wig or just painting my daughter's head, but my daughter burst into tears because she realized she would be the only 10-year-old whose hair wouldn't be dyed. She also refuses to go to the celebration now because it won't be the same. And now she's mad, and my husband is furious with me, thinking the whole tradition is stupid and that it's the tradition's fault that our daughter is upset. I, on the other hand, think he was irresponsible and he should have thought about what he was doing before he started shaving her head. Yes, my husband knows about the tradition. He's been there twice. Yes, my daughter is completely bald now. No, we're not talking about dead children, nor is there a cemetery-like atmosphere. Although it began with many deaths, it is a celebration of life and joy, something like a huge birthday. That's why everyone dresses colorfully. That's why we paint ourselves and decorate our houses, and that's why children get presents. Update 1 day later. So 3 hours after I published my first post, my husband's sister came over to pick up my daughter. I decided to take the opportunity and ask her for help, figuring she was the perfect neutral person. My husband wasn't happy and strongly opposed it, thinking it was unnecessary to still drag this out, but I asked his sister to talk to my daughter about what had happened anyway. She, my husband's sister, currently has a mohawk, so I asked her to simply start with the hairstyles and then get to how it all started. She agreed. They returned around 11 p.m. We waited until our daughter gone to bed, then we sat down in the kitchen and started talking. Well, my husband tried to end this conversation many times, but I finally learned this. The fact is that he and our daughter watched a cartoon where a character shaves her hair. The fact is that my daughter found it interesting, but that's where the daddy started encouraging us to do it and saying it would be great part comes in. My daughter told his sister how he convinced her that it would be more fun this way, and that this way she would be able to better play the character in their game. When my husband's sister left, we started arguing. I don't know if it's still obvious, but even as I write this, I'm still pissed. At first, my husband defended himself, trying to say that his sister was biased and that it was all lies, and that the idea was 100% our daughter's. But in the end, he told the truth. Yes, he convinced her to cut her hair. No, it wasn't just about stupid tradition. It's worse. You see, before the date of the celebration was set this year, August 1st, my husband wanted to go on a week-long vacation to Greece. They were supposed to start August 1st. So yes, my brilliant husband shaved our daughter's head to get back at me for taking away his vacation. He thought that this way we would avoid reuniting with my family, or at least I would feel what he felt. Yes, I too don't know whether to laugh or cry. It ended with me sleeping on the couch, him taking the bedroom, and going to work in the morning. Now our daughter is currently with my parents while I consider my next move. I don't want arguing again, but I'm certainly not going to leave it like that. Edit. Okay, I appreciate all the comments. And as I wrote, our daughter is currently staying with my parents. That said, when I took her to them, we talked. The good news is that we joked a bit about the fact that at least now we don't have to comb her hair. The atmosphere was better than in recent days. Together we found some positives in this whole situation. And using your advice, I also decided to assure her that she still looks wonderful and that nothing that happened was her fault, or I'm not mad at her. Unfortunately, the bad news is that she is still sad.